It's that week of Thanksgiving, and we are excited in the Johnson household. Yes, P-Dog Knight's family is going to be chowing on some good eats because I am a fantastic cook. But there's a whole lot more things to think about. We got things that happened over the weekend. Plus, I found the glasses again. You know what? This might have to become my trademark. The red glasses. I kind of like them. Makes me look kind of studious, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, I think people are going to be slowly rolling in because I did not start up the stream early. I just pretty much set it up and went live. So let's just play the intro and see who shows up. Here we go. Bam. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P-Dog Knight. And stop the music. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P-Dog Knight. It is Monday, November 25th, 2019. And it is, well, if you're in the States, you know that it's Thanksgiving week. And if you saw me over the weekend, some of you popped in while I was doing some test streams. Well, not test. I actually streamed, and I also went on a couple other people's streams. But as you may already know, or you may not know, we already did our first turkey. We did a turkey on Saturday. We cooked a turkey on Saturday because my wife loves to send leftovers home with everybody who comes to her house. We usually have 10 to 12 people. So we end up cooking 3 turkeys over Thanksgiving. The first one, which we did Saturday, was because she will take that one and make soup. She makes like little containers of turkey soup that she makes. She makes the best freaking turkey soup, man. And she sends some of that home with everyone who comes to our house. And then we also, good morning, Duck Dog. And then we'll do a turkey the night before or the day before. And we'll carve that one up strictly just for leftovers to send home. And then we'll do a big bird for all the people who are going to be eating with us on Thanksgiving Day. So this year we're entertaining. We're going to have 10 people over. I'm actually, it's funny because I have to buy a new table because, we used to have a table in this room that seated 6, and I put another table over in that room that seated another 6 over there. But we got rid of that table because my daughter took it when she moved out, and then my son's moving out on Friday. So the table that we've been using, he's taking that one to his new place. So we're going to get another table, but probably because the table that we have doesn't match our chairs, and the one I'm buying matches our chairs. So there you go. There's the P-Dog Knight household explanation on what we need for tables and chairs for Thanksgiving. I'm sure you're all just thrilled. But, the other thing about Thanksgiving is, there's this new phenomenon that's been happening over the last, I don't know, about several years, where people have a tendency to set things on fire on Thanksgiving. So, originally, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about Thanksgiving safety, okay? And because here's when I went to click on Thanksgiving week's trending on Twitter today. And the first thing I saw as far as Thanksgiving trending on Twitter was this. This dude having a little trouble with the turkey there. He put the turkey in the grease, and it was probably still a little bit frozen. And what happens when you put that turkey that's a little bit still frozen into the fire? It tends to blow up. And so you got to be careful if you're going to fry a turkey for Thanksgiving. If you went out to Sam's Club or Costco or I don't know, we have what's called Mills Fleet Farm or Home Depot and bought one of those turkey fryer things, read the instructions. It's very important that when you put that turkey in the fryer, that it's not still partially frozen, because you might just set some shit on fire. Okay, and in fact, I went on YouTube. Here, let me go to YouTube here, because what did I hear? Let's see. There was a whole thing on Thanksgiving turkey fires. Let's go here. Let's see. What did I search when I did that? I think it was turkey fire. Here we go. Turkey fires. let's just show you what really happens. Now this is a channel called Tech Insider. Okay, and Tech Insider has a really good video here about what happens when you put a frozen turkey into the hot grease in order to cook it. All right, so here it is. This is from Tech Insider. Here we go. And there we go. Here's why you should never deep fry a frozen turkey. Oh, okay, look at that. So this explains it very well. When a frozen turkey is dropped into hot oil, the ice begins, whatever. Look at that. Oh, you do not want that happening in your house. Search Turkey Believe. Okay, BLEVE. We'll search that next. Oh, this is really loud, isn't it? Oh, you can't hear it. Hang on. Well, I forgot I had the sound on. Well, I get in trouble with the music anyway. Well, I'm not monetized anyway, so haha, YouTube. You can't mess with me. Yeah, so use the fryer outside away from any structures, because you'll set the whole house on fire. Keep the oil under 350 degrees. The hotter the oil, the more combustible it is. Thoroughly defrost the turkey. Allow 24 hours for every time. Oh, that's another thing. So here's another thing. This is just a food safety perspective, okay? Now I know some of you, if you're doing that turkey, you gotta thaw the turkey in the refrigerator or in a cooler full of ice, but preferably in the refrigerator, because one, it won't completely thaw and it doesn't cook right if you don't, and two, you don't want to thaw it in the sink or in water, because that can create foodborne illness. It's not the proper way to thaw it. So for every 10 pounds of turkey, so like we got a 21-pound bird, you got to put at least 24 hours in the refrigerator for every 10 pounds. And that's how long about how long it'll take to thaw. I think they just put that there. But anyway, and let's see, turn off flame before putting in the turkey. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's so, yeah, because if the oil spills out, it's all catching fire. Finally, lower the turkey into the pot slowly. You gotta, because just set the fire. Okay, so that's that. Someone said look up Turkey Believe. Before I do that, though, I want to say good morning to everybody who's here, at least everyone in the chat. And, well, I want to say good morning to everybody. But Zombie Teddy was first here this morning. Good morning, Tyler F. Good morning, Jaeger Pony, Rolling Bear, D.I. Freighter, Duck Dogs, Chi-Town J, the gayest person on YouTube. Now, wait a minute. Not Chi-Town J, the gayest person on YouTube, but Chi-Town J and the gayest person on YouTube, Sheograph, and whoever's lurking. There's a lot of you lurking, and that's cool. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Morning Night Live. So someone said look up Turkey Believe. Well, let's go for Turkey Believe then. Although Turkey Fire is looking pretty good too. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Here's from America's Home Videos. I wonder if I can get in trouble. It's 3 years old. Do you think they'll even care? I don't know. Let's watch this one anyway. By the way, public service announcement. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of The Morning Night Live. If you would be so kind to share this video using the share arrow below, or I could, you know what I can do? I can also, let's see, what are my notifications up here? I can also put the tweet that I use to tweet out and put it in the chat, just like that, bam. Okay? And if you like what we do, sometime during the show, hit the like button. Except for you, Duck Dog, you get to hit the don't like button, which is that thumbs down. But they hit the thumbs up, most of y'all. Please, just hit the thumbs up. And if you'd like to support the channel and P-Dog, that'd be me, you can also do super chats via this, and super chats and donations through the Streamlabs link down below. Yes, I will read the super chats. Yes, you will see that pop up in the chat every once in a while because I finally figured out how to set that up. And just so you know, I am now finally figured out how to set up new super chat music and new music for donations, super chats, subscribers. So it's going to be a little more exciting around here instead of that little funny looking zombie looking thing walking around. So you might just want to test the waters and you'll see how that works. Okay. So there you go. All right, let's get back into the show. Thank you, by the way, also Tyler F, G Prime, Truckin' Bear, or excuse me, what was it? Who was it? One of the bear people. What? Oh, there you go. It was Truckin' Bear, which I think is Roland Bear. Roland Bear, you're the Truckin' Bear or Roland Bear. You're Truckin' Bear on Twitter and Roland Bear here, I think. I think that's right. And also G Prime and RVA Dar and Tyler F for tweeting out the show. Please, please, please. That's the greatest thing you can do for me. I love money, but dang. And Johnny Hellcat. Aha, thank you very much. All right. Let's find some more fire. Let's play with some more fire. Here, the best of Thanksgiving fire fails. This is from, looks like it's from America's Home Video. Here we go. Here's the best of turkey fires. Oh, damn. That shit's happening in the oven. Oh, you know what happened there? Okay, so here's the other thing. If you use a gas stove and you're doing your turkey in the oven, you must be very careful. Oh, okay, zombie, I got you. Anyway, you must be very careful when you take the turkey out of the oven, because if you happen to spill any of the grease into your oven, that can also create a fire, which is what's happening right here.
Thanksgiving fire.
All right, now here's the typical turkey fire, the bleed, that's what they call it. Oh, shit, see? Now, in that last video, they told you how to, one way to avoid this, because sometimes you just have too much oil in your thing, in your pot, whatever. And so when that pot comes over, if your fire is still on, that oil will catch on fire. So before you drop the turkey into the hot grease, turn off your fire. If you're doing a deep fried turkey, turn off the fire, put the turkey in, let all that if the grease drips out, it won't catch on fire. Kind of clean that up, and then relight your fire. Then you won't have that flame out. Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Call the
dang,
fire
this one's in the
department.
grill.
911, call 911.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
gonna
know,
burn
just
your hand,
put the
woman.
whole lid over the whole thing. Kill the fire. You don't want no air, no oxygen. It won't go down.
You know what? I bet
Turkey's
she has
too
the
big.
oxygen set underneath.
Everybody ready?
Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, what a not hit.
Cook, you're burning the head.
Now, look. Did you see what he did? Oh, you can't even see this, can you? Damn it. Why didn't I hit that? Hold on. I'm starting over. God. No, I didn't know that. God, I'm dumb. All right, we're going to start over. Best of Thanksgiving turkey fires. All right, so here's the one in the oven. Again, you got to be careful if you take a turkey out of the oven, if you have, especially the gas stove.
Thanksgiving fire.
Real slow.
All right, here's this one. Okay. And again, this is the one where you need to turn your fire off before you put the turkey in the grease. I'm gonna time you out if you call me Boomer again. Now this is the one where
Fire
she's just,
department.
they had it on the grill. She's trying to put the
911,
damn
call
thing, the lid on, and she didn't put it on straight, so the fire's just coming in, flying around.
I don't know. Just put the whole lid over the whole thing.
Oh, these people.
Kill the fire. You don't want no air, no oxygen.
It won't go down.
Turkey's too big.
Everybody ready?
All right, now here's
Waiting
one.
for
Now look at this idiot. Hold on. Look what this numbskull's doing. He's got a pot in his grill on some coals. You can't even turn that off. This dude's just, he's trying to kill himself. Now watch. There he goes. Oh!
Kirk, you're burning the house.
Burning the house. Oh God, this is just sad.
Woo!
Get the hell out of here! Oh my God. Man.
Holy moly!
Oh, good God. Now here's the thing too. All right, so listen. A good thing to have around if you're not experienced with this is make sure that you have either a fire extinguisher nearby, or you can also use baking soda. Don't try to put any of this shit out with water, because all water will do is make it flare up more. Because what happens is the water hits the heat, it turns to steam, and it causes all the oil to just splash out. Okay, so don't do that. Anyway. Oh, this dummy. Oh, that was the fire that you're burning the house.
I shaved for a week.
Oh my gosh. Now, I'd love to do a video on how to deep fry turkey. Look, if you're going to deep fry a turkey, there are all kinds of videos all over YouTube on how to deep fry a turkey. In fact, literally type in deep fried turkey and you'll get this video, how to deep fry a turkey. Art of manliness, because it's a manly thing to do to deep fry a turkey. There's also, what's this one called? Wait a minute, hold up. How to deep fry a turkey, a step-by-step guide. Cajun deep fried turkeys, to brine or not to brine? That is the question. And then we got here, how to deep fry turkey, prep, an easy step-by-step guide. Redneck turkey season for crispy. I don't know what the hell that means. How to make deep fried turkey, summer grilling and more. And then how to carve a turkey. Oh, I'm a master turkey carver, but all right. So now look, I love making turkeys. I just season, my turkeys are very simple. I butter them, or take some butter, melted butter, rub it all over the turkey, and then just salt and pepper, and sometimes I'll use different seasonings on the skin only. You don't need to, really, here's the thing. When you do a turkey, no matter how you're doing it, whether you're frying it, baking it, whatever, grilling it, whatever, the key to great juicy turkey is, one, don't overcook it. Okay. Now, I usually kind of guess usually, because I kind of do mine low and slow. I start them real early in the morning, and then probably about 300 degrees, and then there's a guide per pounds for degrees. But the key is, have a food thermometer, and if it has one of those little red poppy things that pops out, check that. But always check the temperature. You want the deepest part of the breast to be at about 165 degrees. And then when you take that turkey out of the oven, you have to give yourself time before you carve it. You have to let that turkey sit for about 20 minutes to a half hour before you do anything with it. Because if you carve that turkey right out of the oven, all that breast meat is going to be so dry. But what happens when you let that things sit for a while. The meat relaxes. The juices that come inside the turkey kind of just suck back up into the bird, and you'll have a nice, juicy, tender turkey every time. It will be nice and juicy. But if you carve it too soon, it's going to be dry as F. Okay? So there's the P-Dog Night. That's the P-Dog Night turkey talk for the day. And there you go. Now, has anyone come in since I haven't been paying attention to chat if anyone new's popped in? But there's quite a few people here. Good morning for those of you who are just coming in. We're you know what? Should we find one more video on burning turkeys? What was it? Turkey Breathe? Let's see. Turkey. What was it? BREVE? Is that what it is? No. What was it? Someone put it in the chat. Bleave. BLEVE. Okay, let's do a turkey bleave. We'll do one more video of turkeys burning because they're funny as hell. And oh my goodness. What the hell is that? Okay, wait a minute. These are like should we do it for the slow-mo guys? No, we don't want that. There's no. Okay, that doesn't really. There's none that say turkey bleave. You know what? I'm gonna just put turkey fire. We'll do one more turkey fire video because they're funny, and you know what? Just because. Okay, so we watched that one. We watched that one. Let's see. No, that's too long. Here's one. Okay, here's a video on what not to do when you deep fry a turkey. So we'll put this on YouTube here. Here we go. What not to do with a turkey fryer.
1,000 fires a year are caused by deep fryers. Fire departments across the country respond to that many. In fact, according to the National Fire Protection Association, deep fryers are responsible for 5 deaths, 60 injuries, and more than $15 million in property damage every year. That's why the Virginia Beach Fire Department is doing this demonstration. For the sake of our demonstration, we're doing some things you should never do. We've overheated the oil, and we're using a partially frozen turkey. The turkey should always be thawed, but people make these mistakes.
Gotta
I'll show you
make
what
sure the
happens
turkey's
when they
thawed.
do.
The ice crystals cause so much problems when they get fired. Oh, dude. That's just a little slow-mo there. Imagine that shit too close to your garage. You like dry turkey? What's wrong with you, Chi-Town Jay? You don't like dry turkey. Come on. Nobody likes dry turkey. Alright, so that could be you. Dang. Now that's a bar. All right, enough turkey games. All right, so let's get caught up with some stuff over the weekend. Not a whole lot going on, although I do have my joke of the day, and here you go. So, and in fact, because it's Monday, I think this is kind of a public service announcement. Okay, so I want you to just relax or try to relax, but I'm going to give you a good relaxation technique because it's Monday and Mondays are stressful because it's the beginning of the work week. But and plus you got Thanksgiving coming up. You got to think about cooking food. You got to think about all of these people. You got to see that you don't want to see what's her name, the aunt that's always drunk at Thanksgiving, and you got that one kid who's always running around naked and stuff. So. Yeah, Blevy, boiling liquid, exploding vapor. Okay, there you go. So here's, in case you're having a rough day, here is a stress management technique recommended in all the latest psychological journals. All the latest psychological journals. Okay, and the funny thing that it does really work, and it will make you smile. I promise. So just do this with me as I'm telling you. Unless you're driving, I know Diesel Dave, if you're here, or Rolling Bear, don't do this if you're driving. But anyway, here you go. Everyone just think with me, do this with me. Here we go. Picture yourself on your belly on a warm rock that hangs out over a crystal clear stream. Picture yourself with both your hands dangling in the cool running water. Birds are sweetly singing in the cool mountain air. No one knows your secret place. You are in total seclusion from that hectic place called the world. The soothing sound of gentle waterfalls fills the air with a cascade of serenity. The water is so clear that you can make out the face of that congressman that you're holding under the water. See? It worked. You're smiling. I'll be here all week. All right, that's the joke of the day. Let's see what's happening in the world today. Now, we've been the whole impeachment thing. We're not sure if they're going to have more hearings. It seems like, well, here's some interesting things. Just a little phrase. Oh, there you go. Dehydrated Thanksgiving coping skill. Chill, twist off top, pour frequently. Yeah, I like that one too. Let's have some beer. Interesting. Well, here's an interesting paragraph from Molly Hemingway. No, I'm not trying to get you to pee yourself. Good morning, Irish Rose. I'm so happy you're here. And everybody else, too. Oh, Straight Sith Mail. Good morning. I didn't see you come in. There you go. How you doing? All right. So, this is a pretty good paragraph just from an article from the Federalist, Molly Hemingway. Impeachment has been all but a foregone conclusion since the moment Trump shocked the ruling classes with his 2016 victory. The Washington Post announced within minutes of his inauguration that the campaign to impeach the President Trump has begun. The Mueller probe was supposed to be the vehicle to accomplish this goal, and it would have been if it had been able to come up with anything in favor of its dramatic tale of treasonous collusion to steal the election. Democrats responded to that defeat not by coming up with a stronger case, but a dramatically weaker one. While many in corporate media will attempt to pretend otherwise, the first phase of impeachment did not go well for the Democrats. It needed to be their strongest phase. It needed to be a time when support for the inquiry and impeachment grew. Instead, it shrank. And that's interesting because if you've been paying attention to the polls or whatever, what the pundits, you're noticing that the public support for this whole thing has been steadily dropping. Slowly, but steadily. And then I saw something the other day, which I'm sure is going to cause some consternation amongst the Democratic Party, which I found fascinating. And this has nothing to do with some other people we're going to be talking about this week. But apparently, now this, I don't know why they keep pandering to us, as in us as black people. But it seems like, but they don't have to pander to us. Apparently, in two different polls this week, approval for President Trump amongst Americans of African descent is at 34%. Now, two different. If it was one poll, I'd go, huh? How did that happen? Because, black folk don't like the president or Republicans and all that stuff for the most part. Not included. But 34% in two different polls. And neither of them was Rasmussen. Because a lot of people say, oh, it's just a Rasmussen poll. They always, oversample Republicans, blah, 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 blah. That's not a good thing for Democrats. Not that we're this huge voting bloc anymore that can, we do affect elections. Obviously, we helped Stacey Abrams in the Georgia governor's race, even though she lost. Black people came out in force for her. But so this whole impeachment thing, you got to wonder, is this going to backfire? Now, I know that the Republicans are about to go into these districts where it's been close, and they're going to be running ads about impeachment because it's especially not popular in these districts where Republicans had seats and lost them, and they replaced it with Democrats, and it's not popular. And so, I don't know. Is this the whole thing going to backfire? Now, let's see. I laugh at how Ace, this is not Ace, this is someone named J.J. Sefton who writes this. The Dems were going for full-on removal from office, and as time dragged on, and their plots and schemes wily coyoted in their faces, then they aimed to ruin him for 2020. But as his support grew in direct proportion to his administrative successes, particularly the economy, and the field of Democratic candidates looked and sounded more and more repulsive, all the Democrats could hope for was to tarnish his name with a scarlet letter I for impeachment inquiry. And all things considered, that will be a Pyrrhic victory, especially when in the Senate, where the GOP has control, all the witnesses who should have been called and all the questions that were stifled with shift for brains are going to be quite revelatory. They will also dovetail nicely with whatever AG Barr, IG Horowitz, and John Durham have to reveal regarding the original coup to bring down the president, as that was what this whole Ukraine garbage was all about. The Hail Mary attempt to oust Trump while covering up the original crimes and criminals that unleashed the Russian collusion hoax, which was the original attempt to oust Trump and then cover up those crimes when that attempt failed. But like the irradiated cockroaches from Chernobyl that they are, the Democrats will not be stopped and are now seeking other ways to bring the president and the nation down. This time, it's attempting to obtain and release massive amounts of uncensored grand jury notes from the Mueller deception and use it in the same manner as the crooked prosecutors who nailed Richard Nixon. And leading the charge is none other than Andrew Weissman. Now, do you know who Andrew Weissman is? One of the dirtiest power match shysters in recent memory, from John Dunn's piece in The American Thinker. Andrew Attack Dog Weissman, a former member of the Mueller hit team, took to cable news to coach Democrats to go big and explosive and compare Trump to Nixon, although author Jeff Shepard makes a convincing case in his two books that Nixon was framed and viciously prosecuted by wild-eyed partisans. Shepard definitely can assess that little tactic against Trump by Weissman and show how Nixon was screwed by the left during the Watergate affair in the leftist aggressive efforts that included corruption of the judicial process and the political process. But Shepard has a much more important warning. Trump has bigger problems to worry about than the ever-fluctuating Democratic message. His opponents are leveraging Watergate precedent and hoping to create legal opinions to eradicate the secrecy of grand jury proceedings, which that's... I'm shocked that the court's even considering that. Good morning, Seamus Derby. How you doing? A grand jury's function involves one-sided procedures that there are strict rules in secrecy. Targets, also known as accused persons, are forbidden to have counsel present and are unable to cross-examine accusatory witnesses and are not permitted to produce evidence or witnesses of their own. Even if no indictments follow, the elicited testimony can be very damaging to those investigated. Yet tidbits gleaned from questioning by politicized prosecutors who conducted such investigations is why congressional committees, both now and during Watergate, salivate over gaining access to the raw depositions. Yet the entire design of the investigators from beginning to end was to harm their presidential foe. Judge Burl Howard, an Obama shill, upheld their subpoena, finding that the committee demand was in the nature of a judicial inquiry and thus within the exception to the statute forbidding the release of grand jury information. Nice work, Judge Howell. Let's just blow up the concept of the grand jury. So, that's one of those things. So anyway, the Democrats have shredded every notion of fairness, the rule of law, legal and historical precedent, and common decency in their obsession to overturn the 2016 election and make sure that Donald Trump and anyone remotely like him does not win in 2020 and every election thereafter. And that assumes that we'll be an intact nation with any future elections in the first place. What a way to start the holiday season. Cheers. Good morning. Hello, Wikipedia Snippet. Good morning, Reason Vision. Good morning, Diesel Dave. Nice to have you all here in this bright first day of the week of Thanksgiving, which for some reason that's a thing now. It's trending on Twitter, Thanksgiving week. Go figure. All right. Let's see, 9:47. Just one more time to chill if you are, let's see. Oh, one more time. Share, like, super chats, Streamlabs. There's new music, there's new donation thingies, so somebody just test them for me at least. Okay, all right, that's good. I'm not going to beg. The other thing that's, there's a bunch of stuff that was happening this weekend. Let me go into this article. I know I didn't have the article up for you, but that was on purpose. Let's see. This is humorous, so we'll put this one on the screen. In less than a year. Okay, come on, computer, work. 3/4 of the squad is under financial investigation. The three most prolific members of the squad of freshman representatives are subjects of multiple federal election commission complaints and ethics probes. What the hell? God damn, they calling the damn ads. I don't need Black Friday doorbusters. I will not be shopping on Black Friday. What the? Get off my screen. There we go. The congresswomen have been accused of violating campaign finance laws for their personal or political benefit. Democratic Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib have promised to bring about a more equitable and just world. The three most prolific members of the so-called squad of freshman Democratic congresswomen face allegations of violating campaign finance laws and House ethic rules for their personal and political benefit 10 months into their term. Below are the Federal Election Commission complaints and House ethics inquiries that have been filed against Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, and Rashida Tlaib of Michigan since they took Washington, D.C. by storm in January with a promise of bringing about a more... Where's the rest of the sentence? That's the end of the sentence? Where the... Daily friggin' caller, what's going on here? It doesn't even... Not even when you close the ad. They didn't finish the sentence. Gosh, these damn internet rags. I'm pretty sure a more equitable and just world was the end of that sentence. All right. Ocasio-Cortez could face jail time over unreported affiliation with outside PACs. Now, I didn't know that. Usually, see, the thing is, you remember when they were talking about how Trump, especially like if you ever, I know it kills you, but if you ever watch the Young Turks, and they were always talking about how, paying off Stormy Daniels, that's a campaign finance violation. He should go to jail for that shit. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Gosh, I had music all ready to go. We need some funk. It's Monday. It's Funky Monday. Let's play some funk. All right, there we go. Where'd my article go? There it is. So the Young Turks were always talking about, these campaign finance crimes. Those, you should be put in jail for that. No. Campaign finance violations usually, almost always, except for the case of Dinesh D'Souza, who got railroaded, campaign finance violations are usually just a fine. You know what I mean? And it's usually not a big deal. However, this one is a little bigger than that. Ocasio-Cortez's political rise in 2018 was made possible in large part to Justice Democrats PAC, an outside political action committee that recruited her to enter politics in 2017. In fact, she auditioned for it. There's a great video by a YouTuber called Mr. Reagan that tells you all about her audition and how they got her. Anyway, and provided much for campaign staffing and overhead needs in the lead up to her June 2018 primary victory over former Representative Joe Crowley. Ocasio-Cortez's relationship with Justice Democrats became the subject of intense scrutiny in 2019, resulting in 2 complaints submitted to the FEC. One complaint submitted in April centered on Ocasio-Cortez's control over Justice Democrats while the PAC was simultaneously supporting her primary campaign. Ocasio-Cortez and her former campaign chair, Saikat Chakrabarti, were appointed to hold 2 of the PAC's 3 board seats in December 2017, but the Federal Elections Commission was never notified of the affiliation between her campaign and Justice Democrats. Multiple former FEC commissioners told the Daily Caller News Foundation that Ocasio-Cortez could face civil or criminal penalties. Oh, is that what it was? It's my damn red sunglasses. That's why I couldn't read that shit. Equitable Just World. That's what it was. I just figured that out. Hey, good morning, Smarty Bear. How you doing? Oh, God. Could face civil or criminal penalties for failing to disclose her campaign's affiliation to the outside PAC. At minimum, there's a lot of smoke there, and if there are really only 3 board members and she and Chakrabarti are 2 of them, sure looks like you can see the blaze, said former FEC chairman Brad Smith. If this were determined to be knowing and willful, they could be facing jail time, Smith said. Even if it's not knowing and willful, it would be a clear civil violation of the act. I think they've got some real issues here. Now, let me just make one small point here. I don't think it would be a good idea for any prosecutor to suggest jail time for these nitwits. One, it's just not good. It just makes them martyrs. It makes them more powerful. It makes it look like the Trump administration is going after enemies. But the FEC should fine the shit out of her campaign. That's pretty much what I think should happen. If this is all true, which we pretty much know it is. The former FEC chairman Hans von Spakovsky added, if the facts as alleged are true, and the candidate had control over a PAC that was working to get that candidate elected, then the candidate is potentially in very big trouble and may have engaged in multiple violations of federal campaign finance law, including receiving excessive contributions. And why is this not working anymore? Okay, so there's Ocasio-Cortez and Chakrabarty. Another complaint submitted in March alleged that Chakrabarty, who served as Ocasio-Cortez's chief of staff until August, was running a... Okay, there we go. Now it's working all of a sudden. Was running a slush fund during the 2018 midterms by diverting $1 million from Justice Democrats' PAC to an LLC under his control. It appears Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her associates ran an off-the-books operation to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, thus violating the foundation of all campaign finance laws. Transparency, said the National Legal and Policy Center Director Tom Anderson, who filed the complaint. The FEC is currently investigating the complaints filed against Ocasio-Cortez and Justice Democrats. Ocasio-Cortez confirmed in August that she's been in the conversation with the FEC, saying that she was in total compliance. Of course you are. Good morning, Check Your Logic. I see you there. That she's in total compliance and dismissing the complaints as a form of legal trolling from fringe Republican groups. That kind of sounds like a vast right-wing conspiracy, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like a vast right-wing conspiracy? Do you think? I don't know. It sounds like a vast right-wing conspiracy to me. Some of you should be old enough to know what I'm talking about there. Okay. Let's see. Ilhan Omar. She has some issues too. Ilhan Omar diverts campaign funds to alleged boyfriend. Omar's alleged abuse of campaign funds began long before her congressional campaign in 2018. Minnesota's Campaign Finance and Public Disclosure Board ordered Omar in June to repay her state campaign $3,500 it had improperly spent for non-campaign purposes in 2016 and 2017 during her tenure as a state legislator. Omar was required to pay a $500 civil penalty for using campaign funds to travel to a non-campaign related conference in Florida. Reports surfaced in August that Omar was having an affair with married Democratic consultant Tom Minette, according to a divorce filing by his wife, Dr. Beth Jordan Minette. FEC records revealed that Omar's campaign had disbursed tens of thousands of dollars in travel expenses to Tim Minette's company, E Street Group LLC. Omar's campaign began making travel payments to Tim Minette's company on April 1st, about a week before his wife alleged in her divorce filings that he admitted to having an affair with the congresswoman. Ooh, girl, what you doing? Tim Minette has been pictured traveling with Omar across the country in recent months. In one picture obtained by the Daily Mail, the two were holding hands. Oh, sweet love. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. I can feel his way. Sweet love. Everyone remember that song, Anita Baker? Ah, look at there. There's a picture. Look at them. They look so happy together. I don't think her husband's happy, or her husband's, or her brother, or whatever. Well, who knows these days? Anyway, Tim Minette's more recent travel and long work hours now appear to be more related to his affair with Representative Omar than his actual work commitments, Beth Minette said in her divorce filing. Omar's campaign payments to Tim Minette's firm prompted the National Legal and Policy Center to file an FEC complaint against Omar's campaign, alleging that she was using campaign funds to pursue a romantic affair. Ooh. Anderson of the National Legal and Policy Center told the Daily Caller News Foundation, "We believe Representative Omar may have touched the third rail. That's not all. That's not all she's touched. Of campaign finance law, dispersing campaign funds for personal use. It's a brazen act Representative Omar was caught doing before in Minnesota, and of all of the evidence we've seen tells us she's probably doing it again. Omar's attorneys dismissed the National Legal and Policy Center's FEC complaint and called it a baseless public ploy. Now, just FYI, the National Legal and Policy Center is a Republican-leaning organization, just letting you know. I mean, so they're out there looking for this shit, just like there's plenty of left-leaning or Democrat-leaning organizations that do the same against the Republicans. It's, you know, it's part of the game in Washington. Good morning, Shia Grath. How you doing? Good morning, Lindsay. How you doing? All right. The conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch also submitted a letter to the Office of Congressional Ethics in September asking for an investigation into Omar's campaign payments to Tom Minette's company. Let's see. I'm sorry. My sister's trying to call me, and I'm not going to answer it right now. Let's see. Omar ramped up her campaign spending to Tim Minette's firm in the third quarter of 2019, according to FCC filing. In October, about 30% of Omar's campaign spending from July through September went to his firm. In total, Omar's campaign has disbursed $370,000 to Tim Minette's firm. And finally, Rashida Tlaib. Also, the House Ethics Panel. Now remember, the House of Representatives is controlled by the Democrats. And yet, House Ethics Panel recommends subpoena over Rashida Tlaib's campaign payments. You probably heard about this one too. 5 members of the official Office of Congressional Ethics Board voted unanimously in November to recommend the House Ethics Committee continue its investigation into whether Tlaib improperly diverted campaign funds for her personal use. House rules will allow candidates to receive a salary from their campaign up to what they earned the year prior to their campaign. However, they're only allowed to receive such payments until the date of their election. Tlaib had received over $17,500 from her campaign after her election victory in November 2018 in an apparent violation of House rules. If Representative Tlaib converted campaign funds from Rashida Tlaib for Congress to personal use, or if Representative Tlaib's campaign committee expended funds that were not attributable to bona fide campaign or political purposes, then Representative Tlaib may have violated House rules, standards of conduct, and federal law. OCE said. OCE said Tlaib and her staffers refused interviews to discuss the suspect's salary payments. Tlaib is denied wrongdoing and said in a statement she received the minimum salary payments necessary for me to meet my personal financial obligations. Oh, really? I heard she was trying to pay off debt with that. But anyway, so again, the second two, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib's probably will result in some kind of ethics censure, so to speak, and fines. But apparently, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez may possibly end up having to go to. Oh wow, this is messed up, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Do I need to redo mine? YouTube's not receiving enough video. Okay, hopefully that'll work. I'm gonna refresh my screen too here. Ocasio-Cortez technically could find some jail time. None of them will have jail time, but I got a feeling that you'll be seeing. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's music. I have a feeling you'll see some fines being levied towards these three. So, all right, it's just after the top of the hour. I am going to go ahead and pop into the old Twitter trends now because I want to make sure I get out here on time. I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I can't go over too far. Am I plugged in, P-Dog Night? Yes, I am plugged in. I'm not really sure. Let's see, what's this? Here, let me see. Oh, is this a refresh button? I don't know what that is. Let's see if that improves things here. Holy shit, it's bright in here. Oh, I put the sunglasses off. I am plugged in. If you're having trouble, hit the refresh. I don't know what's going on here. Did this completely freeze? Let's see here. Let me try something. I'm assuming you guys can hear me still though, right? Let me try something here. Let's check my channel. Good God. All right. Now that should be working. All right. Hey. I love technology. Actually, you know what? Like I said, this computer's not really set up for doing what I'm doing. One of these days I will replace my laptop and actually have it configured to do this kind of stuff. Because, the one I had was just perfect for it. I had plenty of RAM, had a video card, had a separate sound card, had all the bells and whistles for this kind of thing, and this one does not. This one doesn't even have a graphics card. We're just running on RAM. So hopefully we'll be able to get through the show. There you go. All right, let's do some Twitter trends because it's that time of the day, and like I said, I need to get out of here. And so we're going to just... we'll get into that. Let me make a couple clicks here and we'll get into it. Now let's see. The top story on top of Twitter trends. Oh, it didn't. Hang on a second here. Let's try this again. We'll go to Explore. Oh boy. 2 dead in a shooting at a medical center in Durham, North Carolina. Police say not a good. That's just breaking news. Let's see what this is. Local authorities confirmed that a man and a woman were shot dead after shooting at the UNC Family Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina on Monday. There's no active search for the suspect, police said. I wonder why that is. Let's see. Let's check the. This is not trending, but it will be trending, I'm sure, because that's just what happens. Durham Medical Clinic will be closed all week after a fatal shooting. And there doesn't seem to be an article here. So that's like they're holding a spot for the article. I'm not sure. Unless is that a paywall? Who knows? Anyway, we'll hear about that. Dozens of Durham police officers surround UNC Healthcare. People here tell me they heard multiple gunshots coming from the parking lot. 2 dead reported. So... So this is a story that doesn't have a actual story yet. Let's see. Durham police say a man and a woman were killed in a shooting Monday morning outside the UNC Family Medicine building on Mayfair Street. Officers found the pair dead in the parking lot of the office complex at the 3700 block of Mayfair Street shortly after 8 a.m. Investigators are not searching for a suspect, police said in a news release, suggesting that the people killed knew each other. UNC Healthcare spokesman Phil Bridges said the clinic focuses on primary care and employs roughly 35 people. He could not comment on whether the victims were employees or patients, but they expected to make a statement on Monday. And that's, I'm not sure why that seems to be on the top of the Twitter thing, other than maybe, here's the thing, man. It's weird that they seem to constantly put shootings on like this on Twitter and on, at the top of the Twitter for notifications, it's because I am convinced that they need some different news out there. Like, for example, you know what I was talking about earlier with the fact that Trump's approval right now is at 34% among Americans of African descent. And it just makes me wonder and the impeachment stuff isn't working. That's the support for that impeachment process, the impeachment inquiry, seems to be waning. So what are they going to focus on from now to the election? Are they going to focus on, are they going to make a big deal out of every police shooting? At least one. Oh, no, excuse me. No, that's just a silly thought. They won't do that. They will highly publicize any police shooting of a black person, whether it's justified or not. And if it's unjustified, great, focus on those. If they can find one that's unjustified, that's fine with me, because you know what? We don't need that shit. But what are they going to come up with? They're going to come up with something. Now, some people have predicted, again, one of the reasons that some people were happy about the Jeffrey Epstein thing is because they were hoping they could somehow tie that to Trump, because they have pictures of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein, right? But then Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and then they found out, oh, wait a minute, Trump was the one who helped them in Florida against Epstein. And so then what? What are they going to come up with? It's got to be something in particular that has to do with racial tensions. They're going to come up with something. I know they remember when Tom Arnold said, "Oh, they have audio of Trump saying the N-word." Yeah, that would have come out by now. And what would that do? Well, would that make black people mad? Well, it might. They're going to come up with something. I know they are. Anyway, let's get into Twitter trends for the day, shall we? Shall we see what's happening on Twitter? Let's find out what people are talking about on Twitter and see what they'll be talking about for the rest of the day and see what people will be making videos about. That'll come out in the next few days. So let's start with number 1. It's Monday motivation. Imagine that. A Monday in the top of Twitter trends on Monday. That's fabulous. Let's get some Monday motivation, shall we? Shall we have some Monday motivation? I'm feeling motivated to have some Monday motivation. Matt Crouch. Now, who is Matt Crouch? Matt Crouch is a Christian, a father of 2, investigator, founder of DC Patriot and America First Media Group, Razorback, NRA, Truth Slinger. And here's Matt Crouch's Monday motivation. Wife texts husband, quote, "Windows frozen, won't open." Husband texts back, "Gently pour some lukewarm water over it, and then gently tap edges with hammer." Wife texts back 10 minutes later, "Computer really messed up now." Oh, happy Monday, all. That is that's quite clever. Let's see. From the right perspective, we all look just like bacteria under the microscope. Monday motivation. Thank you, Steve Stewart Williams. That is motivating as hell. Wait a minute, Monkey's going live right now? What the hell's wrong with him? I didn't give permission to go live. Oh, well, that's okay. I'm almost done. Hey, here's some money motivation. Ric Flair. Every road leads to somewhere. Woo! All right. Good. And then the Recording Academy, the Grammys. If you want it, the more you keep hearing, you can't have it. You just go and get it from Grammy winner Cardi B. Yes, Cardi B, the former stripper, hooker, whatever the hell she was. But she's a popular musician now. Good for her. Good for her getting on that straight and narrow. Trending number 2 on Twitter is Rick Perry. Apparently, Fox News. Oh, this is, well, you know what? If it's a Newsweek article, it's got to be something bad for Trump, right? I bet you, because that's what Newsweek has become all anti-Trump all the time. Oh, I see. Fox News teases interview with Rick Perry saying Trump was God's chosen one to be president. Oh, whatever. So was Obama, so was Bush, so was Clinton, so was Reagan, so was Carter, well, maybe not Ford, but so was Nixon, so was whatever. Fox News, Fox and Friends show on Sunday showed a preview of an interview in which soon-to-depart Secretary of Energy Rick Perry said Donald Trump was God's chosen one to be president of the United States. This is just to rile up the anti-Trumpers, and it's trending number 2 because let's see what people are saying about this. I don't even have to read the rest of the article. Yep, there it is. The Hill has it. USA Today politics. Rick Perry said nothing in the universe is accidental and that God is still very active in the details of the day-to-day lives of government. Okay. God is using you, Rick Perry said he told Trump. Okay. Let's say I want to find someone bitching about this though. That's what I want. This is literally what Rick Perry himself said in that interview, bud. If God chose Trump, then God also chose Obama. Oh, okay. So that's, Joe Walsh, who's running for president for Joe Walsh running for the Republican nomination for president. Remember Joe Walsh? Joe Walsh, during Obama's speech, who yelled out, "You lie." Joe Walsh, who was also one of the people wanting Obama's birth certificate. Joe Walsh freedom. If God chose Trump, then God also chose Obama. Well, Rick Perry apparently said that in the interview, which is, okay. There you go. Did Rick Perry ever use that reasoning to object to attacks on Obama? Well, let's see if and then Judd Apatow, who, he's the guy, okay, so Judd Apatow, he's the guy who, he did what is his speech? I got to find that speech he did. He's an anti-Trumper too. If the Democrats wind up having a demented, evil, corrupt president, are we allowed not to care and just say God chose him? Just wondering, or does God only choose some of the presidents? Does God forget to do it sometimes? This is their rationalization. Well, I'm thinking, I want to see the interview because did Rick Perry also say that Obama was chosen? You know what? Fuck. Who cares? Number 3, Monday morning. It is Monday morning. I'm not going to click it. Number 4 is Prince Wu Young Day. In the United States, in the little description here, see that word there? You can't see it, but I can. It says K-pop, which means K-nope. Oh, let's see. What else we got here? Monday mood, Monday thoughts, no Vaseline. Uh-oh. Something about hip-hop and rap. How is this even a question? Ice Cube's No Vaseline was personally disrespectful to every member of NWA and their managers, plus was bluntly anti-Semitic, racist, and homophobic, even beyond the gangster rap standard of the day. It was also musically and lyrically brilliant. What's the most because the question is, what was the most disrespectful diss track of all time? Ice Cube's No Vaseline. Hit him up, No Vaseline, The Warning, and The Real Motherfucking G's. My top one. A lot of people saying No Vaseline. Is that even a question? Come on now. If you know the tune I'm talking about, he took everyone down in that one. So I was wondering why that was trending. Okay, because I had a feeling it might be Ice Cube. Hoda's trending number 8. Hoda, y'all know who Hoda is. Hoda used to do what is that show on NBC, the morning show Today? And they did the third segment with Hoda and Kathy Lee. Well, Hoda's trending. Why is that? Is Hoda retiring? Oh no, Hoda's engaged. Hoda's engaged. Look at that. That looks like somebody's, the end of somebody's finger. That ring is, that rock is so big. That bling looks good on Hoda. Congrats to Hoda and Joel in their engagement. One of the men in line for an autograph turned out to be Joel. I said, who should I write it to? And he said, how about me? And I said, how about you? I actually laughed at that. Sweetness. Okay, so anyway, Hoda and Joel, they could have found a better picture to put there. But anyway, they're engaged. Good for Hoda. Oh, don't wear heels, Hoda. Joel Schiffman is not very tall. You cannot wear heels around your husband to be. Do I care? Not really. Anyway, moving on. Sarah Sanders is trending. Oh, trending with Sarah Sanders is a liar. Well, what are they bitching about Sarah Sanders today? Let's find out. Let's see. Sarah Sanders is a liar. Soledad O'Brien. Oh, Soledad O'Brien, please. Bitch, please. Let's see. Brian Stelter says, Sarah Sanders lied about the FBI from the press briefing podium. When Mueller's probe exposed the lie, she called it a slip of the tongue, but the slip happened multiple times. I don't like being called a liar, Sanders said in a New York Times interview. Oh, so that's why Brian Sanders is talking about her being a liar. Amy Vanderpool, also a Trump hater. When you ask yourself why people like Sarah Sanders will go to the lengths they do for Trump, here's your answer. They plan to use his followers to make money or get elected. Her battles with the press corps. Behind her, Sarah plans a political future or something in the New York Times that I'm not going to read. Beltway underestimates Sarah Sanders' appeal in Arkansas. Less than 6 months after leaving the White House, former press secretary Sarah Sanders is planning her next move. And that move... it just might be a political run in the state of Arkansas, her home state. There are two types of people who run for office, Sanders told the New York Times. People that are called and people that just want to be a senator or a governor. I feel like I've been called. If she does run for office, it will likely be as a gubernatorial candidate in 2022. President Trump has been encouraging Sanders to launch her bid for the past few months. And given her family's history in the state, Sanders would likely be an easy shoo-in. All right, good for her. I'm not particularly caring, although they've got some just juicy tweets here. Sarah Sanders was a liar. Soledad O'Brien. Todd Boutros, Sarah Sanders also lied about why the White House took away Acosta's press credentials and tweeted out a doctored video to try to back up the lie. But a federal judge rejected her attempt to rewrite the facts. Bullshit. She did that with a doctored video. It was not a doctored video, you freaking jackass. Acosta. Oh, God. Oh, anyway, there's a lot of Sarah Sanders haters. I'm ambivalent towards Sarah Sanders. She's a press secretary. What is the job of the press secretary of every president of the United States? They get up on the podium and talk around bullshit. So I don't even care. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, enough about Sarah Sanders. What else has got up here? Brett Stevens is, oh no. Brett Stevens is trending. Well, oh no, international. Wait a minute. What? This just says International Day. Oh. Okay, so there's lots of different, apparently there's always an international something day of something or other. Here, let's just do this your story thing. 1 in 3 women experience physical sexual abuse, according to the UNN. 1 in 3? Do they pad? Did they pad the numbers here a little bit? I mean, 1 in 3 physical sexual abuse? Well, okay. So apparently it's the International Day of the Elimination of Violence Against Women. The UN launches Orange the World Initiative shares staggering data to reveal that we need immediate action against this pandemic suffering. On the International Day of the Elimination of Violence Against Women, that is a mouthful. United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres delivering a strong message reminding us violence against women stands in the way of achieving gender equality and sustainable development goals. Gender. I want, it's weird. I want them to define what they mean by gender equality here. I'm not, you know what? Because I don't know. It's just men and women are different. And you mean, are you following me here? I don't understand what what does gender equality mean when you're talking on a worldwide scale? What does gender equality mean in a poor nation where everyone lives in abject poverty compared to what does gender equality mean in the United States or in the developing world? What does that mean? We live for the most part, in family units. And so a lot of not always, but in most part, we live in family units. And so family units have to function kind of as a team, and how they do that is different in different parts of the world. And so what does it mean? Okay. Now I get it. So they have this line: sexual violence against women and girls is rooted in centuries of male domination. Let us not forget that the gender inequalities that fuel rape culture are not essentially a question of power imbalances, he said in his message. Again, okay, so when you go into, let's say, the Sudan, how does this message resonate? When you go into Saudi Arabia, how does this message resonate? When you go into Papua New Guinea, how does this message resonate? Or, it's fascinating. And I believe me, I don't support violence against women. I don't participate in violence against women ever, because the culture I was brought up in, you don't hit women, okay? Even when a woman hits you. Okay, so maybe that's, I don't know. This World Day to Stop Violence Against Women and Girls is marked annually on November 25th. This year, the United Nations is sharing many ways in which the violence and suffering manifests itself in physical, sexual, and psychological forms, and the life-altering adverse consequences women face. Well, men are way more likely to be killed by violence, by far. Okay, it's funny because there was there was something there was a graphic once which was a complete fail, where it was saying that 1 in 4 victims who die from violence or whatever are women. Really? 1 in 4 of the people who die from whatever type of violence they were talking about is women. So 1 in 4, right? 1 in 4, right? That means 3 in 4 who die from that type of violence are men. We need to have gender equality, right? No. So what does gender equality mean when you're talking about this? Now, we want to stop violence against women and girls. Beginning today for the next 2 years, the United Nations Chief Unite to End Violence Against Women campaign will focus on the issue of rape as a specific form of harm and will encourage people to join the Orange the World Initiative. The United Nations Chief Unite to End Violence Against Women campaign was launched by former UN Chief Ban Ki-moon's is a multi-year effort aimed at preventing and eliminating violence against women and girls around the world. So, one in three women experience physical sexual abuse. Okay, that's a different thing. Now, 1 in 3, do they? How about in the developed world? Is that same in the developed world? I don't know. 1 in 3, I don't know. I don't know how they come up with these numbers. Half the women killed worldwide were killed by their partners or family. And violence perpetrated against women is as common a cause of death and incapacity for those of reproductive age as cancer, and a greater cause of ill health than road accidents and malaria combined. Okay, so we're saying in the entire world. These are rather grim figures based on regions. The data becomes even grimmer. In the U.S., okay, here's the U.S. In the U.S., more women are abused than not. Really? Wait a minute. More women are abused than not. So you know what that says? That says more 70 based on a UN women's study, 70% of women in the US have experienced physical or sexual violence from an intimate partner. What? 70% of women in the U.S. have experienced physical or sexual violence from an intimate partner. How did they come up with that statistic? An intimate partner violence is as high as 65% in some parts of sub-Saharan Africa. So more so than what? I need to see that study. I don't buy it. 70% of women in the U.S. have experienced physical or sexual violence from an intimate partner. What is? Okay, now I need to know what the definition of physical or sexual violence is. Again, as one who does not participate in physical or sexual violence against my intimate partners. Wow. And 40% in South Asia, as well as Andean parts of Latin America. In East Asia and Western Europe, more than 16% and 90% of women have experienced intimate partner violence, respectively. So it's in these Western countries, Western Europe and East Asia, 16% and 19% of women have experienced intimate partner violence, respectively. They're saying 70% of women in the U.S. have experienced physical or sexual violence from an intimate partner. Okay. There is a UN report attached to this. We are going to be studying that one sometime this week. I put an X to doubt, please, in the chat. Women who identify with LGBTQIA plus community, migrants and refugees, indigenous minorities, and those living through humanitarian crises are particularly vulnerable to gender-based harm. Yeah, because they say that more than 50% of the women on the treks to the border of the United States are raped along the way, but that's because the cartels and the shit. It's there. I don't buy this at all. How is it? So 19% in Europe, but in the United States, 70%. I'm calling bullshit. And everyone's going to be quoting this all day, though. EU Justice. Okay, World Health Organization. 1 in 3 around the world. Oh, my God. I got to exit out. Of course, Justin Trudeau has chirped in on this. International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Holy crap. I need to see your studies and how you came up with those numbers. Brett Stevens is trending. Brett Stevens, I believe, is let's see. When I told Brett Stevens we don't need a plutocrat savior that Plute's gonna plute, he countered, "This is America. You don't need to tell me this is America. I said, I'm from America, and the values I'm talking about are also Americans. Something happened on The Morning Joe with Brett Stevens. The best part of this clip, which you can barely see, is Brett Stevens engaging in an epic eye roll when I say I'm from America. You can do just a glimpse at why. Okay, so apparently, let's see. Okay, have fun. Brett Stevens learns, even though he's anti-Trump, the left still really, really, really doesn't like him. Okay, here's Brett Stevens on Morning Joe this morning.
Just like soak the rich, they're all bad, they're against us, and have a kind of
I know you can't hear
spirit
it.
of class warfare in the Democratic Party.
A couple things. First of all, you don't need to tell me this is America. I'm from America, so I understand, and there's different values at stake in America, and we can all claim different values. The values I'm talking about are also American. Second of all, when you have someone like Mike Bloomberg, I agree with you that he's...
Okay, you can't hear it for shit.
A spirit of class warfare.
And you can't hear it on this one. All right, whatever. Brett Stevens, apparently Brett Stevens, regardless of being anti-Trump, he's still got shit on MSNBC. Don't care. Brandon Brooks, who is that? Brandon Brooks is addressed his battle with anxiety Monday after being forced out of Sunday's game with illness related to the condition. Oh, that's weird. He's a right guard for the Eagles, offensive guard, and he left the game because of anxiety. That's interesting. Brandon Brooks is probably the best player at his position in the entire world. At the best, if you needed any more proof that things like anxiety or depression or mental health issues in general can literally affect anyone and shouldn't be stigmatized, there it is. So that's good. That's good advice. So apparently, if you have those types of issues, you need to get help. You can't do it on your own. Don't even try. LaMelo is trending. Why? LaMelo Ball looking like the number 1 pick in June, youngest player ever to record a triple-double in NBL history. That's the brother of, he's one of the Ball brothers. There's 3, and the middle one ain't doing shit, but apparently LaMelo Ball playing in the D-League is doing pretty good. I think he might only be 17 years old or 16. Maybe he's 18. I don't know. He was supposed to go to UCLA and that never worked out. So anyway, he looks like he might be 33 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds. And I don't even know how old he is right now. But some people want to put him in the league. If you're into basketball, I feel bad for the middle Ball brother. Anyway, They Fly Now is trending. Let's see. The new Star Wars is like bad fan fiction. They retcon so much from the Star Wars universe. They Fly Now. Okay. Watch some Star Wars trailers on Twitter. I'm not going to go through that. And let's see. Good Monday. Good Monday. Good Monday, everybody. And Thanksgiving week. We already talked a little bit about Thanksgiving. We saw some turkeys burning up. We'll just skip that. Trump cheats. Trump cheats. If it's something Trump, it's going to trend. I'm telling you, people. It's going to trend. This week it happened. Proof came out that Donald Trump was engaged in impeachable offenses. Now, what the Senate chooses to do with that is on them. And it will be left to history to judge. Trump cheats. Get the complete impeachment testimony recap here. Apparently that got some people into putting some stuff out about Trump. Oh, my God. There's no other way to explain your endless hypocrisies. The billionaire who hides his tax returns, the genius who hides his college grades, the businessman who bankrupted a casino, the playboy who plays for sex, the Christian who doesn't go to church. He doesn't claim to be Christian. The philanthropist who defrauds a charity, the patriot who dodged the draft, the innocent man who refuses to testify. Yes, your president. Yes, they hate him. So they're going to hate him anyway. Orange the world, that has to do with international Women's Day, something of violence, which I have no problem. Let me get something straight. I don't have any problem with that. The idea that you have a day where you try to end violence against people. I'm curious about where they come up with the numbers, especially for the United States. 70%. Come on. Give me a break. That would be in my neighborhood. There's about 80 homes, so 7 times 56. In 56 of those homes, there's some kind of domestic violence or sexual violence going on, or is it just at some time in their life? I need to know how they came up with that number. How it can be 70% for the United States, but 14 to 17% for Western Europe. I just don't think so. I don't know. Ask the Dr. Rivera, or ask the Dr. What, I don't know what this means. The driver era. I don't know what that means. Something about Argentina. Okay, I don't know. You know what? I don't even have time to figure it out. Let's get the last one. Overheard from the Illuminati. That's a hashtag for you. Overheard from the Illuminati. How come only the stoners believe in us? There you go. Bay, dang it, I forgot my handshake. Oprah, here, it's like this. Overheard from the Illuminati. If you turn our logo upside down, it's a vagina. Yeah. Overheard from the Illuminati. Cybertruck was the perfect distraction. Overheard from the Illuminati. Let's call it Alexa. That's funny. Sunglasses come in handy at meetings. Overheard from the Illuminati. Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm going to leave it at that. That's it. That's probably a funny hashtag. You're going to have to go see that one yourself. Hey, gang. I'm going to call it a day because it's time for me to go. I got to go buy a table today, too. So, thank you so much for being here with me on the Morning Night Live. Those of you who come quite often. That didn't sound right. Anyway, and I know I had some technical difficulties today, but I do appreciate you coming. That didn't sound right again. I've said that before. And, we're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT for those of you in other parts of the 3 p.m. GMT for those of you in other parts of the world. That's all I got today. I got to go. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button on the way out, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Donations to support the channel in the Streamlabs link down below. Thank you so much. My name is P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here. Have a fantastic day. Hey, this is P Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.